often talk about my neighborhood. There are a lot of reasons for this, like the fact that there's not a lot to show, and that I also want to try and protect some semblance of my privacy. But the main reason that I don't talk about the 16th very much is that I don't really belong here. It's why, traditionally, as you may have seen from my daily vlogging, I'm out the door and on the metro first thing every morning. Thanks to COVID-19, however, for the last 2 months, the 16th has been my entire world. And it's a pretty small world, to be honest, even for such a big arrondissement. Wouldn't I fit in, you might be asking yourself. For starters, it's one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in Paris, infamous for its little old ladies and their littler white dogs. Not really my demographic. There are a few good bakeries around, but new concepts tend not to survive, and some of my favorite bakeries have been, the victims of this trend. There's only one good coffee shop in the entire neighborhood, and even before the crisis, they stopped serving on weekends, the only time I was really likely to drop in. Even when ordering food on a delivery app, all the good stuff comes from neighboring arrondissements. In a nutshell, it's lame. It's beautiful though. The 16th is arguably the most Haussmannian arrondissement, overloaded with embassies and institutions. It's safe, and it's quiet. Even before the crisis, there wasn't much going on. I tend to see this as a drawback, but it does make sleeping easier. During the crisis, it's been even quieter. The Arc de Triomphe, Bois de Boulogne, and Trocadéro are all usually bustling to overflowing with tourists and picnicking Parisians. Lately, eerily, they've all been largely empty. That's about to change. It's Sunday as I record this, May 10th, 2020. Confinement started officially on March 17th, almost 2 months ago. And tomorrow, they're letting us back outside. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Honestly, I don't. It's been weird being totally alone for the last 2 months. And while I love my little chateau here, and have been able to make it a cozy spot to live, it's not a lot of space for 8 weeks of isolation. I've seen Pouchon twice on the street for brief 2-meter distant chats. I've seen Paul and Hillary from the Peloton twice now too for coffee deliveries.
So awesome. Oh, I want to give you a big hug.
And my buddy Fox twice for brunch deliveries. So if you do the math, that's 3/4 of a human interaction per week. It's not enough. I'm really ready to see my friends. And I'm also really ready to get out of my room. But at the same time, how are we going to handle the new freedom at large? I had to go to a lab for a test shortly after lockdown, uncertain if I would even be allowed to for the week leading up to it. I felt anxious going out, like I was committing a crime, awkward on the metro, wishing I had more space and trying not to touch anything. What was even eerier as I neared the lab was how there was no one around. The streets were virtually dead. I have this pile of my permission slips that I've printed, checked, and signed every time I wanted to go out for the last 8 weeks. I didn't want to keep them, but it felt like a waste just to throw that much paper away. I was never stopped by the police during confinement. Not once. It compounds the sense of waste. Outside of runs and weekly trips to the grocery store, I've stayed home. It's certainly been a shift. Now, as things have progressed and we near the official end of this first round of confinement, Parisians are already taking liberties. The streets feel a little fuller. It's harder to keep your distance on the sidewalk. Although, this is a perpetual pet peeve of mine for Paris, but that's for another video. And tomorrow, they're just going to let us move at our own discretion? I'm not so sure. Bars, restaurants, and cafes won't be allowed to open until June at the earliest, in the green zones of the country. In the red zones, like Paris, it's risky to speculate. Odds aren't good before July. I don't even know if they're good after July. But tomorrow, they're letting us out. And it may not last long. I hear people talking about attending deconfinement parties or having drinks on the canal with their friends. Don't worry, they say, we'll stay safe, we'll keep our distance. Which makes me wonder if they've ever actually attended a house party in Paris or had summer drinks on the canal, because both experiences are defined by their total lack of space, not an abundance of it. It certainly makes reconfinement seem a lot more likely. But tomorrow, they're letting us out. So I'm gonna get up, like, really early, and at least go see a couple of sites that I haven't been allowed to see for the last 2 months. And then I guess we'll see what happens from there. Also, I'm totally getting rid of this beard because, yeah, my confinement beard it's time to go. I don't know if I want to shave it now, though, that I'm coming down to it. I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
This is a bath. This isn't even a shower. This is a bath. Oh my god. Okay, this is a bad idea. Oh god, that's a bad idea. I am soaked. How do I get back into the gate? Ah. Oh, my camera. Oh crap.
It looks absolutely miserable out there. There, I put on a shirt for you. I'll turn on the light too. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's great. It's gonna be terrible out there. Basically, the idea was originally I was gonna get up at 5. Oof, which makes me feel even worse to say that out loud. And ride my bike to catch the sunrise. But considering it's been raining pretty much nonstop for the last few days, yeah, it didn't look like sunrise was going to be possible. And thankfully, that was the right gamble. It's been raining all morning. I set my alarm for a little bit later than 5. And I'm making my coffee. I'm going to have some coffee and then I'm going to hop on my bike. I still want to get out there before Paris wakes up, because I don't expect there to be a total explosion of people out on the street, especially when it's a miserable, gray, rainy day like today. But I don't want to take that risk. I do expect a number of people to go back to how things were, because it seems like there's an attitude that it's over, you know, that like, hey, we made it, now we can go back to normal. I just don't know how I feel. It's a really big unknown. But I'll let you know. I'm gonna go out and we're gonna go see some parts of Paris that we haven't been allowed to see for a couple months, and we'll just see how it goes. It's like 45 degrees out here, and apparently it's gonna take me a solid 50 plus minutes to get there. This is gonna be a brutal first ride in 2 months. Jeez.
It's a storming. No rain, thankfully, but boy, is it windy and not warm. Riding uphill than normally sucks when you're already in biking shape. Now when it's your first bike ride, I hate the wind. Sous le ciel de Paris marchait amoureux.
le ciel de Paris marchait amoureux. Leur bonheur se construit sur un air fait pour eux.
Well, I made some new barking friends. They're so cute. I want a dog so badly. That was nice. I think one of the benefits to this whole mess is that we're all a lot friendlier. And obviously Montmartre's a friendly town. Otherwise, I was thinking before I just had a little chat with my new Montmartre neighbor, which is really nice. And before that, I was really thinking like, I don't know how I feel. This is weird. It's obviously rare to have this much space to yourself up here. First thing in the morning, not so much. If that's just a random tip if you're ever back in Paris. Just go anywhere in town early, like just as early as you can, and you'll beat the crowds. Even the Parisians. Parisians don't get up until like 8 or 9 often. They're not out and about at least. But man, that was I'll just say that the ride itself was pleasant enough if it wasn't for the wind in my face and the fact that I haven't ridden a bike in like at least 2 months. I don't even know. And being up in Montmartre for the first time feels nice. Like many of you know, this is probably my favorite neighborhood. At least it's my dream neighborhood to live in someday. But it still feels surreal. I'm still processing. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end up going down the hill and then make my way possibly to the Louvre just to go see it and ride around in there for a minute and then pass by the Peloton. By then, hopefully they're open and doing takeaway coffee. Theoretically, they're trying to get the takeaway coffee going this week, so we'll see if that's up. And then, I don't know. So far, we haven't run into any crowds yet, so that's the most important part. Gonna sound like a really weird observation. I don't think I've ever seen the gravel this smooth before. Like they graded it and no one's walked on it. It's like a putting green. It's crazy. Anyways, welcome to the Louvre. Of course, one of the major benefits of riding to the Louvre
from Montmartre was that it was pretty much downhill the entire way. It was nice. And there's so many bike lanes around town now, you forget just how much easier it is to get around town. I'm feeling okay. Like, my spirits are up. Still feel really weird about this. Can't ride around inside and around the pyramids yet. That's what I was really hoping to do. But it looks like, oh geez. Looks like my Osmo just took a spill. See if we can get it back on track here if it's done. That'll make for a really nice time lapse. That's the first time it's been blown over by the wind. Now I'm really paranoid about my little camera getting blown over again. There aren't quite as many people out as I expected, but I also got out early, so that's probably gonna change. Fair number of commuters. They're letting people go back to work, but under certain restrictions, and they're asking everybody who can't stay home to work, which is understandable. I'll be working from home, and the normal places I would work, like coffee shops and so forth, aren't even open, so it doesn't matter. However, from here, my plan is to go see the guys over at the Peloton and say hi, maybe grab a to-go coffee, and by to-go I mean I'll probably stand in the street and talk to them from a distance, and then definitely got to go check on Notre Dame before I head back, because if I don't do that, I have a feeling there'll be an outcry. But boy, is it windy. Thankfully, it's not raining though, so this thing's not even standing up straight. I will say though, I really miss this town a lot. I love this town so much. I love this city, and it's so nice to be back outside. Like, okay, I'm starting to feel it now. I'm definitely starting to feel it now. Like, I've been really apprehensive and a little bit reluctant, you know, to even come outside. And I'm still gonna be reluctant to go out too much, but I really miss this city a lot. My guess is that the secret tunnel is closed, but I'm still gonna go investigate. And then, coffee? Oh, it's open. I'm taking it. It's the least scenic route you can take, but it's so much fun. That was great. I know it's probably a weird sentiment to say that I miss a place where I live and haven't left in months, but it feels like I haven't been here for months, you know? Been stuck in my room. Might as well have been in Antarctica. Thankfully I wasn't. But I mean, it's pretty isolated. It's good to be back, even though I never left. Also, I hope that they have more than coffee, because I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten anything, and I've been riding my bike around town for like 2 hours, so I'm ready for some food. Looks like I beat him here. All right, well, apparently they're not opening till 10. I missed that memo, so I'm here a half hour early, which tells you how much I've been riding around today. It's been great, and apparently they're gonna be waffles, so I'm definitely coming back. But we might as well take this moment, this time, to go check out Notre Dame and see how she's doing. Supposedly they've restarted construction on her, so that's good. And yeah, I'll just go kind of bounce around, take a couple of shots, and come back for waffles. What's up, Christian? I don't even think, are we allowed to touch? Am I allowed to shake your hand or anything? I don't think I'm, there you go. A fist to elbow bump.
think that this is the first, the first waffle of the season. They'll get better. They'll look better, at least. I'm sure it's gonna taste delicious. Yep. Bye, guys. See you later. Well, I think that just proved to be exactly what I needed. A little bit of friend time. We did the ticket. It was freaking freezing this morning. The sun is finally coming out now, and I'm gonna go back out this evening with my buddy Pushan because there's something special that happens only twice a year, and we're gonna try and capture it on camera today because fittingly, it's the first day out, and it's the one day that it happens. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You have to wait to the end of the video, but it'll be worth it if we get it. If we don't get it, well, you know, it'll still be worth watching the rest of the video. I feel good. For one, I totally expected riding my bike for the first time in 2 months to kick my butt, especially because how far did I go? I rode something like 11 miles today, which is a fair amount, especially going up the hill. I really thought it was gonna kill me. Turns out, I'm okay. Things are good. I think running 60, 70 miles a month has kept me in decent enough shape. So that's good. My body hasn't totally atrophied in quarantine. And honestly, just seeing friends, seeing Kate for a second. I haven't seen Kate forever. Zach was there. Some of Kate's friends, some other regulars at the Peloton, a bunch of staff. It was a lot of social interaction. And one of the things that I kept saying, or that I kept feeling and said a couple of times, not too many times, but it kind of proves the point that I said it more than once, was that it was weird. Like, it was awkward at times, but never unpleasantly so. It was always pretty consistently pleasant to be with friends, and it felt like family. Just seeing people that it was nice just to see and to be with, even if we didn't know what to say or how to handle ourselves. It was great. That part was really nice. A little bit weird, obviously, like we couldn't shake hands or hug or, you know, bisou or any of that stuff, but we were still able to just spend time together and be close enough to each other. And that meant a lot. It was really, really nice. It was like really exactly what I needed. And I'm glad that I finally get to hang out with Pushan. So wins all around. I'm gonna cool down. I need to eat some food. I still have only had that broken up waffle all day, and it's like 1:30 in the afternoon. I just got home. So I'm gonna make myself some pasta, and then we're just gonna jump to the part where Pushan and I go for a walk to show you something really special, hopefully. And if it works, great. And if not, I mean, we'll still have a good time, right? It'll still be fun. It'll still be fun. You're gonna have a great time, right? Right? Anyways, my camera's about to die because I've been filming. You know what's going on. I'm gonna end there. Next. And then this guy's car died literally right next to us. And that lady was nice enough to offer to jump it. But we've got traffic problems going around it, so just a little adventure. Hopefully he can get out of here. Hopefully we don't get run over. But back to this, I'm so excited this is actually happening. I thought we'd missed it by a couple of days. This is so cool. This guy got jumped successfully in the meantime, which is good. And I thumbs up and the lady even smiled at me. It's been a very friendly day out here. That was the single coolest thing I've seen all day and for the last like 3 months.
That was awesome.
That was amazing. Thanks to Virginie for the hot tip. We totally thought we missed it because it actually happened a few days ago. Like supposedly the exact moment where it crosses right in the middle happened a few days ago, but that was freaking sweet. And we got like a bunch of random interactions. Some dude pulled up and just stopped in the middle of traffic to ask us questions about it. He was really nice. There's a guy standing behind us who was also really nice. That lady that helped the guy jump his car, super nice. Freaking amazing. This is the best way to end the first day of freedom possible. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Stay safe out there, be smart. If you're allowed to go outside, do so at your own risk. Obviously, take precautions and wear a rhino mask like Pushan if you've got one. And yeah, I'll see you next Monday for more videos. So hang out, subscribe. This is a long one. Hope you made it this far. See you soon. It's so cool.